Welcome, fellow Pothead Dropout Putty Man here, and this is going to be my episode 2 review for Loki called The Variant. So we do have a lot to go over. Well, actually not too much to go over, but I do want to go over the ending, which we all kind of guessed it. But, we're only human, just like Loki.
I am a god, you dull creature.
And hello again, welcome fellow Pothead Dropout Putty Man here. And yes, this is the official review for episode 2 of Loki, but it also is going to contain Easter eggs. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't looked at the episode, definitely go check it out. It is a good episode, but we have a few things to cover in case you're confused. Now, at this point, I do need to ask you one favor, and only one favor. If you're watching this review, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It'd be appreciated. It really helps out the channel. And of course, makes the channel grow. So now, at this point, I do want to point out how we do have a slightly different variants of the Loki. Some of these here are actually ones you may see in the comic book, but there's no distinct version that goes by any kind of name. I like the soccer one. I think that was pretty funny to see that one. But my whole point to the whole thing is this leads up to why the Loki we see at the end is so prominent. Now, this episode finally confirms to us that this is Ravana Alexis Renslayer. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because of her connection to Kang, the Conqueror. So, Kang the Conqueror, as you guys know, I mentioned before, but I didn't go into straight detail about it. But Kang the Conqueror is actually a character that is able to manipulate time. It actually is a character that a lot of the characters from the TVA do not like. So, as far as her connection, I don't know, but I know in the comic books, she does have a prominent role in her family being very high royalty, and of course with her eventual marriage to Kang, which again is a character that is able to manipulate time, which is a big thing for the TVA to have to deal with. So I can't wait to see where she goes down the road on this. But if we do get Kang, we also have a connection with things like in Fantastic Four, so it's going to be pretty awesome. Let's continue. Next, we have the destruction of Asgard. Now, if you remember, the destruction of Asgard actually happens in Thor Ragnarok. So, this is actually something that he wasn't familiar with because he is a variant that never sees any of the episodes that happen beyond the first Thor. So, with that being said, that means that this information would have never been seen to him before. But of course, that does lead us to the next section that he discusses with Mobius. Okay, and next we have the variant. He talks about being in very destructive areas, but he does speak about a Nexus event. Now, if you remember in WandaVision, she actually uses a Nexus to actually hold or change the area that she ended up making into her own, television series, however you want to look at it. But basically the town that was in WandaVision. And so I'm seeing a lot of Nexus points from this and from WandaVision, which makes me think that this is, with the time, the way I'm looking at it is time plus her manipulation of Nexuses is going to play a major part in honestly bringing in mutants. I know a lot of people might say this is being bold to think this is what's going to happen, but I really do think this is what's going to happen. I think that the Nexus that she creates and time itself is going to make something to where maybe the TVA gets destroyed, because you could already see how much Loki can do. And that's just Loki. Nothing against Loki. I love Loki as a villain. But to see that Loki can do this means that maybe someone like Kang is going to make things more destructive, and if in that situation, we may need somebody that could actually make their own nexus, which would bring in, Wanda. So, I don't know. Time could be told, but let's go ahead and to the last and final part. And ladies and gentlemen, we were all correct, of course, as always. This is Lady Loki. Now, Lady Loki in the comic book, actually, first kind of appeared after Ragnarok. So this fits. I find it funny that the tone of Ragnarok happened as he talks about it, and then all of a sudden we have Lady Loki. So keep in mind this also connects um, her to another character, Doctor Doom. Now I don't know if they're going to do that in the show. I'm pretty sure they're not because Doctor Doom is more of a Fantastic Four character. But then at the same time, they could do it. And see, the thing is we talk about Secret Wars. Um, there is a point where the whole situation with Lady Loki also happened within Secret Invasion, and so honestly, I don't know where. Again, what's great about these shows is they're changing them from the um, original aspect because we don't have mutants, we didn't have Fantastic Four before, so this dramatically changes the storyline in a lot of ways when it comes to these characters. So my point to the whole thing is, whether or not this Lady Loki is working with somebody else or she has her own alternative motive, it, says to be seen. But we definitely have our Lady Loki. Now, of course, she has blonde hair instead of the black hair. It doesn't really matter. A lot of fans might get upset about that, but that's because, well, come on. It's Lady Loki. It's Loki in general. Loki can change the way he looks, so without a doubt, this is definitely the Lady Loki we've been looking for. And for it to be premiered in the second episode means either one of two things. We're going to have a bigger surprise that's going to happen, which could be Victor Von Doom, or, this is where we're going to start getting set up for Kang. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comics. My Easter eggs have been a little bit no and far between because I'm trying to make sure I get this video out as soon as possible. But if you guys want to see what my ideas or thoughts or theories on what's going to happen in this series, definitely stay tuned because as we progress, I'm starting to think that we're going to see a lot of the stuff that we thought we could, especially with Lady Loki, aka Lady Sif, and so on and so forth. So if you haven't done already, again, I need to ask you to do me one favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Again, it's quick and easy, but it really helps out. And I want to thank you all for watching. Again, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my review. And comment below if there's anything I missed that you want to know or anything that you may have as a theory that may help me in my future reviews. And if you do, I will definitely give you a shout out. But as always, I am Puttyman with Gamer Potheads, and do not forget we're about to score. Peace out. I'll see you next Wednesday. Have a good week. Bye.